Hey, it's Kevin DeWitt here, and welcome back to the pasthisprime YouTube channel, and welcome to the first update of 2022. So this is sort of a January, February, depending on when I release it, sort of update. So, you know, I don't have a set sort of schedule for updates, so I just do them when I can, but definitely the first one in 2022. So hoping for a great year on the channel. The time of recording this, I'm sitting at about 490 or 489 subscribers, so we're almost close to the 500 mark, which is really great. I'm really happy about that. I never knew where this channel was going to go when I first started. Look, it is a slow build channel, that's for sure. I've put out tons of videos, and the amount of people watching and subscribing, it slowly grows. It's not like one of these channels that, you know, just goes bang and takes off overnight, but never expected that. I'm not that sort of personality. I'm a laid back sort of person, you know, very mellow, not something that people are going to flock to, but this is my style. So hopefully it gels with you and whatever else, but I'm going to keep doing it this way, even though it's not really going to make me famous on YouTube or anything like that, but that was never the point anyway. The point of this channel was always to just enjoy playing games and sharing it with other people, and you know, if something came of that, then great. If it didn't, well, I'm still having fun playing games, and I'm getting game suggestions from people and just playing a lot more and more as time goes by. Alright, so as for games on the channel right now, we just wrapped up the Warhammer 40k battle sector. Sort of blitzed through that pretty quickly, or not real quickly, but you know, a little bit quicker than normal because the view count was a little bit low on that one, but I still wanted to share it out there, and obviously I wanted to play it, so that's why I did it. But we finally got through it and finished it. I am looking forward to the DLC that is supposed to come out sometime this year for the addition of Necrons. I believe there's going to be additional campaign, single player campaign stuff as well, all the multiplayer and stuff like that, but obviously, you know, I don't do that side of things, so hopefully I'll be looking at adding that back in to do that DLC, and hopefully people will enjoy it. We'll see how we go with that one, but I'll definitely play it at least. Alright, so as for other games, I've started playing Frostpunk, and to be honest with you, it's starting to become one of the favorite games I have on the channel, for me anyway. I'm not sure about for everybody else watching it. It's obviously not a new game. It is you know, a couple of years old, but I'm really enjoying it. I find it a really entertaining game, and it's keeping me on my toes, that's for sure. And I'm really enjoying it. Now, I'm happy to get through it and all the DLCs before Frostpunk 2 drops, which is supposed to also be this year. A lot of games coming out this year. And I'm really looking forward to Frostpunk 2, so that'll definitely be coming on the channel as well when that comes out. Just hoping to see how it lines up with me playing all of the Frostpunk 1. If Frostpunk 2 drops before I finish Frostpunk 1, then we may end up with both going at the same time on the channel, because, you know, as it is with YouTube, when a game comes out, you got to try and hit it as soon as it comes out if you can. So that's what I'll be trying to do, especially for games that I know I'm going to like, or, you know, should like. That's what we're going to do. So hopefully you're enjoying the Frostpunk stuff as well. The other recent sort of game that was added was Gloomhaven, which is a card-based game system. Again, another game that I'm really enjoying. Different style of game from the other ones that I play. Definitely a lot of thinking, strategy, and all that sort of stuff. So it can be a little bit more slower paced than some of the games. I mean, even though most of my games that I play are slow paced anyway, they're not like first-person shooters or anything like that. But you know, it's probably a little bit slower even again. Hopefully you're enjoying that as well, you know, and again, as with all these games, if you want to leave comments below, let me know what your thoughts are on all these games and everything, and what you want to see on the channel, what you don't want to see, all that sort of stuff, so I can sort of get a gauge for what people are thinking and feeling, right? You know, at the end of the day, as I said, it's about mainly me playing the games I want to play, but you know, I want to also entertain you as well. So if things are just not working, then I will obviously think about them. You know, I don't have to put everything on the channel. There could be games I can play in my own private time if I have any, and some that go on the channel. So, you know, things aren't working or you're not liking things, I'll change things around. We'll see how we go. But, you know, so do let me know, obviously, so I can keep working things out. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Gloomhaven. I'm not sure if any of you have jumped on board that game since I played it, or you knew about it and I played it before. But I'm really enjoying that one. I'll be keeping going with it. Look, as long as I can. I don't know how long. It's just going to depend on how it goes out on the channel and what other games come up that might impress me more, you know, and that sort of thing. All right, so the other game is Jurassic World Evolution 2. So we're working our way through that. You know, got through the campaign mode. We got through some of the chaos theory, still working through that. Not sure what's going to happen after that, whether we do challenges, sandpit, not sure. I don't really know how long that one's going to be on the channel for. I am enjoying it, but I'm also not... I'm not 100% happy with it, to be honest with you. You know, I really wanted to love this game. I really looked forward to it. I loved the first one, absolutely loved it. I thought it was a fantastic game. This one, I am just finding it's just a tutorial over and over again. You know, the whole campaign was a tutorial. Every chaos theory mode I've done so far basically is a tutorial again. They just teach you the same things over and over again, and I'm not sure why. It almost feels like each component of the game was done in isolation. So every person that did, or every team that did a certain chaos theory or a campaign, felt they needed to do the tutorials again. It just doesn't seem to flow to me. It's like, well, we already know to do that. Why are you telling me to do it again? Why are you teaching me to do it again? And I really wanted to love it. And look, I wouldn't say I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. Okay. I'm hoping it's going to get better. I mean, it is visually stunning. The creatures look fantastic. Everything looks great. I just not super impressed by the gameplay of it, to be honest with you. And a lot of the things that I didn't like about the first one, they never fixed in this one. You know, the path system, the layout system, and I find that very disappointing, considering that I know it's a different team, but the company themselves make things like Planet Zoo, which you can customize like no tomorrow, right? There's just the pathing system, the designs, everything is just so superior to Jurassic World Evolution 2. I just don't know why they didn't take some of that and put it into this game. But we're going to keep going with it for as long as I can, or at least going to get through all the chaos theory modes. We're going to try some of the other things like challenges, maybe. We're going to try the sandpit. We're going to have a look at all the creatures, whatever. But I'm not sure how long it's going to go. So, you know, let me know your thoughts on it. If there's stuff you want to see in the game, you want me to do, let me know. If you want me to keep it on the channel and do it, or are you bored with it and you think the same thing? You're thinking, well, it's not even entertaining to watch because it's quite boring. It's just a tutorial. You know, I'd love to hear your opinion on that. All right, so we got some other games that we continue to play. Surviving Mars. I've moved into doing all of the challenges. I'm enjoying that. You know, a lot of those are nice, short little runs that you do things very fast and try to get them done in a certain amount of souls and stuff like that. So, you know, my goal is to get through all the challenges. So hopefully you're enjoying that one. We'll keep going with that as long as we can. Surviving the Aftermath, that's probably one of my other more favorite games on the channel as well. I'm really enjoying that, and obviously continuing on through my playthrough and Colony to get through to the end of the story, see the end of the story, and then think about whether we're going to start a new colony or how we're going to progress forward, make a harder one, whatever else. But I'm really enjoying it. That does keep you on your toes as well. That's a really fun one. And, you know, look, they've already promised new DLCs. I've already paid for expansion packs, so new DLCs will come and I'll automatically get them. So we'll obviously cover those and that going forward as well. So Warhammer 40k Gladius Relics of War, that's been on the channel for a while, and that's still kicking on as well with the Adeptus Mechanicus DLC that came out, so I'm still struggling my way through trying to do the quest mode on that one. Not having a lot of luck, as you'd tell if you watch the videos. You'll see that I'm not having a great deal of luck with it. But we're giving it a red hot go. We're trying, and I'm going to get through the quest mode, even if I fail this time and have to drop it back to easy mode or something like that. I'm determined to get through the quest because, you know, I just like to see the story through to the end on each of the factions. And then we'll do some more plays with that as well, and we'll see how we go. You know, that game has come on and off the channel a couple of times, just, you know, to fit other games in and that sort of stuff. But, you know, it's still entertaining and it keeps coming back, that's for sure. So there's plenty of other potential future games coming up. I've got a fair few that are in my wish list that are still being developed and stuff like that. Was suggested in the comments to check out, not a new game, but to check out Stellaris. So I've looked at a few tutorials, a few videos online and that sort of stuff, and it does look like something that I might enjoy. So I have got it in my wish list, just waiting for it to go on sale. Because it's not a new game, there's no point me rushing to buy it. Plus, I haven't got time to fit it into the schedule at the moment anyway. But it is something that could very well come to the channel. But I mean, one problem I do have at the moment is that I can only play so many games on the channel. And if I pick a lot of games that don't really have like a set start and end to them, so they don't ever, like, they can continue on forever on the channel, it makes it hard because I can only have so many of those before I just don't have any space left. You know, Gladius Relics of War could be just a never-ending game that you just keep playing it over again. Gloomhaven could be never-ending. What else have we got? Surviving Mars can be never-ending. Surviving the Aftermath can be never-ending. If I add Stellaris, that could be never-ending. What else have we got? I mean, you know, you could even do that with Jurassic World Evolution 2 if you wanted to. You do Sandpit and stuff, it could be never-ending. More than likely that will stop, but, you know, you can see that if I add so many of those games that never end and you just keep playing over and over again, then you run out of space on the channel, there's no room to put new games and stuff like that. So it's a bit of a conflict of adding more of these sort of games all the time, because how do you take one off and put another one on, and which one do you choose and all that sort of stuff. Another game that I'm super excited about, which was announced to come out in early release this year, 2022, is Demeo, the PC edition. So on the channel, I played Demeo a little bit in VR, and I sort of enjoyed it, but I think I got turned off at one stage because they didn't have a save function. Then they have a save function, but I just never went back to it. I find it very hard and uncomfortable to record VR, just because I'm so isolated. It's hard to set up the recording, and when you put a VR headset on, you know, you're cut off from the rest of the world and that sort of stuff. And, you know, people love that, but sometimes I like to know what's going on in my house and stuff like that, even if I am playing a game. And I find it a little bit off-putting that I don't know what's going on in my house while I'm playing VR. So I'm looking forward to seeing the PC edition, because that's something that, you know, I could play over and over again, and, you know, much easier to record and get into. So that's on my wish list. So when that comes out in early release, I'll definitely be getting that, and hopefully we'll be putting that on the channel, because it was a game that I was enjoying and I would like to get back to it. I just feel, to me, it was too long of a game for VR. That was just me, just those playthroughs, you know, to do all 3 levels for each playthrough, especially when you couldn't save. It was ridiculous. To do that in VR was just a nightmare for me anyway. But to do it on PC, that's a lot better. But I still hope that it at least comes with the save function as well, now that they've worked that out for the VR, because, you know, I don't really want to have to do every sort of playthrough all in one shot. It's just a bit too much time. So, but it would be good because they have added more content to that. They've got different stories now, And, you know, I've only tried basically 2 of the stories, and I don't think I ever actually succeeded with the second story because I didn't have a save. I just sort of gave up. So would love to get back to it, but I think I just feel more comfortable playing it on PC. But then again, we'll see, because it may actually just be better game in VR. Who knows? We'll find out. But that's definitely on the list. And there's a few other games, I can't think of what they're called now, but there's a few other ones coming up that, or potentially coming up. There's a couple of dinosaur ones, there's a couple of spaceship ones and things like that. And if you have any other suggestions, put them in the comments, because, you know, I'm always looking forward to trying new things. And they don't have to be all the same thing. I'm happy to play other games as well. You know, in my spare times on weekends and stuff, when I do have spare time, I don't put it on the channel. You know, I've gone back because I hadn't played these games, and I've been playing, I played through Borderlands. You know, I've got all the Borderlands now purchased, so I'll be playing through them all. So I'm going to do Borderlands 2, Borderlands prequel, all that sort of stuff. I don't plan on putting it on the channel because, you know, they are pretty old and a lot of people have already done them, so I just don't see any value. I can't add any value to the games on the channel. But, you know, if there are games like that you would like to see, you know, definitely suggest them, because, you know, I enjoy first-person shooters as well. It's just that I also get frustrated with them sometimes, and sometimes I can't talk and present on the channel recording with those sort of games because they take up so much of my concentration. Whereas the slower paced games, the strategies, that sort of stuff, because I can think, I can take my time, I can also talk through them and, you know, present them on the channel. But I'm not opposed to doing first-person shooters and things like that if I can fit it in, and it's something that I think that people would like, and I will like, obviously. But, you know, any games at all, just suggest them. I'm always looking for new games, and I check out every game that everybody suggests to me. It doesn't mean that I will buy every game. It doesn't mean I'll play every game. But I definitely go and look at them. I, you know, watch some YouTube clips of them or something like that. Whatever will give me some insight into the game to make the determination if I like them. You know, there's been plenty of games on this channel that have come from people's suggestions. You know, Battlestar Galactica, Deadlock, that came from suggestions. I mean, Stellaris is a suggestion. Frostpunk came from other recommendations. You know, there's plenty of stuff on the channel that has been recommended. There's been a few games that I've also played that have disappeared off the channel. You know, Timberborn was one that I was enjoying, but again, I think I dropped it off the channel because I had so many other games to play, and it didn't really have a purpose as such. Like, there was no goal, there was no story, there was nothing to it. It was more just like constant sandpit. And while I enjoyed it, if I don't have a purpose, I really struggle. And with games like that, I've got. So the way it works for me with games, okay, is that I need to have a purpose. I need to have some set goals. I need to have to achieve something. I need to have a finish line, basically, or something along those lines. I need something. Now, that can come in 2 forms. Either the game provides it, and it has, you know, a quest, a scenario, a story, a campaign, whatever it is. And, you know, you can see the end, or you can see, you know, a challenge. You know, you can not see it. Doesn't have to be an end, but you can see a goal. You know what I mean? But, or the other way is that if you want me to play things like sandpit games and stuff like that, which is like, say, Timberborn or something like that, then I need you to provide me with a goal. I need you to give me a challenge. That's the only way that I can really do those games. You know, even in Jurassic World Evolution 2, if I'm going to go into sandpit mode, I need a purpose. I need you to give me a purpose. That's the only way I'm going to really be able to do those. And that's where I've struggled with games like that before. Okay, so I think that's enough rambling for now. There's plenty of things that I'd love to do on the channel. You know, obviously time is a big factor that limits a little bit of stuff because, you know, I want to put tons of games on the channel. I can only play so many at a time. I can only put so many on the channel. And, you know, I work a full-time job as well. I get no money from this channel. I get no free games. I buy all the games, you know, so, you know, and all the gear, you know, the green screens, the lights, the cameras, the microphones, everything. It's all paid for by me, right? So nothing gets given to me or anything like that. So, you know, I'm doing the best that I can to get the channel to look good and be as entertaining as I possibly can. I'm also not a very extroverted person, right? So you need to keep that in mind. My play style, my talking style, my personality is, you know, laid back, bland, monotone, whatever you want to call it. That's the way it is. Gels with some people, doesn't with others. You know, so I'm trying the best I can, but this is the way I am. So, you know, unfortunately, if it doesn't suit you and you don't like it, don't probably expect it to change. Maybe move on to another channel. But if you like this sort of approach and my approach, then yeah, I mean, definitely keep coming back. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have, well, you know, keep chatting to me in the comments because, you know, I love to chat with everybody. I like to help people progress with their games. I like people to help me progress with the games. I like to just to get to know people and you know, if you want to get to know me, we can chat, you know, happy to do that. I mean, I'm also very aware that the way I do my channel is not very YouTube friendly, to be honest with you. The best way to do a YouTube channel is to basically pick one game, play it, and just play that game endlessly and put that on the channel, and hopefully it's a popular game and people like it. And it makes it very searchable. And it just works for people. But that's just not me. I don't want to do that. I don't want to play one game for the rest of my life. I don't want to be known as that one game person. So, you know, I like to play anything and I want to play different games. So unfortunately, while it's entertaining for me and it gives me variety and puts lots of different games on the channel, it doesn't help the channel grow so much. I mean, that is one thing that's definitely holding the channel back, is that I put too much variety of games up there and they suggest you shouldn't do that, but that's just the way it is, and that's the way I'm going to roll with it, because I don't really want to sacrifice my enjoyment for views. So I'm going to continue to play lots of games, and I'm going to continue to put lots of games on the channel at the detriment of the channel. So I think that's enough rambling for now. So, you know, if you want to, as I always say, if you want to support the channel further, check the description below. There's a link to a Patreon site. There's a link to a virtual coffee site. As I said, that's just, you know, if you can throw some bucks, that's fine. If you can't afford it, don't worry about it. Don't stress. There's no guilt. There's no obligation, nothing else. Everybody's welcome here. It's just, you know, if you do want to support the channel further and you want to help out with me buying games and gear and all that sort of stuff to keep the channel going, then there's a couple of options there for you if you so choose. But, you know, if you do like the videos, obviously give them a thumbs up, including this one. And look, if you ever don't like a video and you want to give it a thumbs down, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. You can do it. That's fine. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe, because the more subscribers, the more popular the channel gets, the more people see it and all that sort of stuff. Encourages me to keep going and all that great, you know, whatever, incentive, everything else. And leave comments, right? So, you know, put a comment below on this video. Let me know what you think of the updates. You want to make game suggestions, you want to, any of the games I've talked about here. If you want to see more of them, less of them, don't want to see it at all, hate the game, whatever, put it in the comments, right? Just tell me. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what your opinions are and all that sort of stuff. If you want channel improvements, if you've got some great ideas, if you want any features, things like that, right? I can't guarantee I can get them because it depends on YouTube, but anything at all, if you'd like to see it on the channel, let me know, because I'll put it on the list. If it's something I can't do now, it might be something I may be able to do later. So, you know, I'm always looking for ideas to improve the channel, improve everything else. So do let me know in the comments. And as I said, if you just want to share some stuff about yourself, or you want to ask me questions about myself, I'm happy to talk about things, and I'm happy to hear and talk to you and get to know people and get to know who's watching my channel, who's watching my stuff. You know, I want to chat with everybody. I want to talk about games. I want to talk about anything. So I'd love to get to know everybody that likes my channel and is watching the gear. So, you know, so leave a comment. I read all the comments and I answer every comment that warrants an answer as soon as I possibly can. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.